what I learned from all of it was how I'm made, what I'm made of, who is this woman I really am, and how do I come back? What am I made of that makes me come back?
And that's exactly what I think a maverick is, that you come back no matter what.
No matter what.
Right.
Susan has a much nicer streak in her than I do. It's not that I'm not nice, but she's really nice.
Okay, I'll just say it.
Go ahead.
I was voted friendliest in my high school and my senior year. That's no surprise. Sandy.
This is Susan and Sandy, and we are so happy to be with you again. It's been, we're thinking 2 years?
I think so, since we last did a little video chat like this.
So.
It's been too long.
I have talked to you since then.
Of course.
But we have not done one of these.
Right.
And so much has changed.
So much has changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, where to begin? This is all natural now, 2 years later, and this is all
Fabulous.
natural. So
this
we're
is
both
all natural.
Yeah.
Right?
And
it's been 3.5 years, maybe,
since
I think,
you started.
since I started going gray.
And, it's not without its challenges and its wonderful results. So
certainly.
We'll talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, many people voice challenges about it, but many people are doing it. There's
many people.
so many people.
Of all ages.
Of all ages, you're
Yes.
right. Younger
Yes.
women are doing
Yes.
it. Just because I think we all see the freedom that it gives us, and we can be
Well,
ourselves.
there's a statement with it, isn't there? It's almost now become like making a statement. I think there was a Canadian broadcaster who was very famous in Canada. We don't know her here.
Right.
But beautiful, beautiful woman, very, very talented broadcaster, and she was fired for letting her hair go gray. Absolutely mind-boggling.
Right.
And she's going on to do other things, of course, as someone of her capacity would. But to have that be the case, it just seems like we're not living in those times anymore. We're living in times where
where we are taking more control and listening to our inner selves rather than what society is telling us to do.
And yet, there are plenty of people that you're seeing on your Facebook page that are feeling challenged by wanting to go gray and what they hear.
Not having the support.
Of
their spouse or their kids or mom, you look for. Someone said that they took their daughter to a play date or something, and someone said to her daughter, "Oh, is that your grandma?"
Oh.
Because that was what it meant back in the day. Gray hair meant you were a grandma.
Right.
I'm not a grandma.
Right. I'm not a grandma. No. It could be, but I'm not.
Sure.
But it doesn't matter. What if you are?
Yeah. Yeah, that too.
Right?
But that was kind of the stigma of having gray hair.
Yeah.
And now so many women, I've gotten, like we had talked about, so many women recently, after COVID or during COVID, there was kind of a huge, I'm going gray because I'm locked down and I won't see anyone.
Right.
After the start of this brand new year, there have been so many new people coming into my group.
That's
wanting the support and encouragement that we give. And I don't know if it's because of maybe New Year's resolutions. They're kind of like, by golly, if she can do it, I can do it. And there is that strength in the sisterhood of going gray.
I love that. And I've noticed that too, because I've been watching your numbers grow, and you've doubled since we met.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I think you were at 25,000 when we met, and now you're
about
close to
43.
45. There you go. Exactly.
I'm not really counting.
No.
I looked this morning. That's why I know, because I knew we were going to have a conversation.
She looks every morning.
Well, because I'm the only one who approves people into the group. And so I do look at it, and I try to get people in quickly. And I do want people to feel that immediate support.
Yeah.
So that they can look back. I ask people to, take a look at the page and see what what we're all doing. So many of us are doing. Your sisters are doing this.
Yes.
And you can too.
Well, and if you are new to Susan's empire, shall we call it, she started this from simply wanting to do it herself.
Right.
And
Right.
her position as a flight attendant for we won't say who,
Right. Right.
but she had time with COVID. She
Right.
had the space in her schedule where
Yeah.
she could do that.
Right.
So she started a Facebook page where she could have company while she went gray.
Right.
And the thing just took on a life of its own. And it's still going strong, going gray all the way.
Going
is the
gray
name of
all the
page.
way, right? And I'm one of 7 girls in my family.
In her family.
And so I shared
7
those
girls.
pictures too, that
That's
6
right.
of us have gone gray. One of us was already gray. Our youngest sister was gray, and she already had what we're all searching for. She already had that Maverick feeling
that's an
of
interesting
lifestyle.
Very
that
interesting
she
you
was
choose that moment to
kind
say
of
that word.
a
She was a rule bender.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that better than breaker.
Breaker.
Because breaker,
Yeah.
that sounds violent.
Right.
Mavericks are rule benders. They think for themselves. And
Right.
and
our
we are
youngest
finally
did.
we're using that word more and more between us because we've realized even though we're very different women,
Mhm.
we have something that bonds us, and haven't quite figured it out. Maybe
No.
we never will. Doesn't
That's
really
okay.
matter.
It just works.
Yeah, it does. It's just it's sweet. We're friends. We're pals. We could have been sisters. I wish you would have been my sister. But mavericks, what makes a maverick? I know we're switching around on topics, but this is something we wanted to touch on
Mhm.
because we think there are a lot more of you out there than just us two.
And my youngest sister.
And your youngest sister?
So what does make a maverick?
Well,
Someone
rule bender. I
rule
would put
bender.
rule bender up there. Someone who understands that in order to carve your own path, you're going to have to think your own thoughts and think you're not right necessarily, but strong enough that you live for yourself. Gosh, that sounds awful to say it, but it's true.
Isn't that funny? As a woman saying that,
Yeah.
we kind of go, oh.
Don't say that.
But if a man were to say, yeah, I'm going to live for myself, you're like, go
It
get
doesn't
him.
mean you don't love your family and your husband and your people or your partner. Do you say yes to you over what someone else is trying to tell you to do with your life? I think that's a maverick. Yeah, yeah. Susan has a much nicer streak in her than I do. It's not that I'm not nice, but she's really nice.
Okay, I'll just say it.
Go ahead.
I was voted friendliest in my high school at my senior year.
That's no surprise.
There it is.
But I think you would still get that vote now.
Isn't that sweet?
I
Well,
do.
it does just come naturally to me.
Yeah.
And that's something we shouldn't really fight. Whatever does come naturally for us, we should foster that. The good things, obviously, if there are things that we want to, that we're concerned about. I'm not concerned about my friendliness. So I want to foster that and I want to build that. And I don't know if that makes me a maverick, but
Oh, I think so.
that's kind of who I am, and I want to be my fullest, most complete self.
Yeah, you're owning you. That's very mavericky.
Right, right. I'm not going to try to change, for someone else.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
like you should be this or you should be that. And I'm the opposite where I should be more like you because that's what a woman is. She's nicer and she considers other people's opinions more. I'm pretty much a full 5-planet ram.
No, and how much I love that about you, and and that's what I think being a maverick is too, is seeing something else in someone, going, wow, do it.
And that right
and
there,
that's kind of,
her cheerleading
support.
me.
Yes. Right.
Her
Right.
cheerleading me. And we cannot overemphasize the importance of as we grow older, the sisterhood that we create, even if it's one other person. That's powerful.
Right.
That's huge. My grandmother, one of my darling mentors, I know she's still watching over me, used to say to me, I love my husband, but when you get older, it's your friends, your girlfriends that are going to matter. She didn't use the word sisters, but she said your girlfriends are going to really be important for you. And I didn't get it because, at that age, I was all about boys.
Right. And that's what I think society kind of does, that you date and you get married and,
Yeah.
and that's who you should be focused on. And obviously, yes, love your other, but also take time for the girlfriends
Mhm.
and not even girlfriends, strangers on the street going,
Yeah.
"Hey, you look fabulous with your hair," or "You look fabulous with that dress."
It isn't even a compliment as much as seeing you. I see you.
Mm,
Wow, I'm not looking through you. I'm looking
mhm,
right at you, and I get
mhm,
it. I get how
mhm.
special you are.
How much do we see that as we get older?
Yeah, well,
And as we get gray
and
too,
back to
the
that.
looking seeing right through, you know, people
Invisible.
there's a little bit of that,
Yeah.
right,
Coming from the show
right.
business background that I have had and being in front of the camera so much, when I got older and especially going gray, the feeling of being invisible, I'm used to it now. But I also know that if I really doll myself up, I'm not nearly as invisible
Hmm,
because our world is very visual. They're just used to seeing what they're used to seeing.
yeah,
And then it
yeah.
comes down to, are you okay with getting older and getting grayer? What are you doing about loving yourself through every stage of this? And no one teaches. I wasn't taught that
No,
growing up.
no, we're kind of just, learning along the way,
Yeah,
I feel like.
maybe
Um,
we're supposed to, but nobody told us that either.
no, right? We're kind of it's kinda like when you become a mom or something, if you
Mm,
do, here's this baby and you learn along the way and you hope you do the best that
you
you
hope you do the
can,
best,
right, and that's kinda where we are in doing what we're doing. We're just doing the best we can,
right?
being kind and giving grace to people who are maybe having challenges,
Hmm.
and we're just all doing the best we can.
And as we're changing in our ages, there's also the change of how do I keep feeling alive? So
Mm.
Susan has a job she really, really loves. And as
Mhm.
she's getting into her further into her 60s now, I can say
Yes.
that because the last time I said that, I got in trouble with you.
No. No, 'cause was I yet?
No, you weren't
No.
quite 60.
Now okay, now you
Oh, now
can
I can
say it.
say it.
I am.
But
Yeah.
she's still loving her job, and she loves what it brings to her life.
Mhm.
And in my world, I had a major injury a year and a half ago that I finally recovered from, and now that I'm coming out the other end of it, my creativity is resurging. So I'm about to start painting again. I'm redoing my website. Why am I bringing this up? Because I'm stating out loud that recreation is still happening for me.
Right.
Creativity is still being born for me, and it's being born differently. I'm much more selective where I put my time.
Mhm.
Much more,
Mhm.
maybe because
Mhm.
I know myself better, but part of the redo of the website is talking more about this maverick mentality because I realize I've been one all along, and I didn't know there was a name for it. I just knew I made up my own rules, and I was often making mistakes and falling flat on my face, and sometimes I had big wins, and lots of times I had big losses, but that what I learned from all of it was how I'm made, what I'm made of, who is this woman I really am, and how do I come back every single time? What am I made of that makes me come back? Have you
That's
figured that out?
exactly
Yeah.
no, no, and that's exactly what I think a maverick is,
Mm.
that you come back no matter what.
No matter what.
Right. Her injury was bad. She crushed her knee. It was really, really
It
bad
was
over in a foreign country. They came back and anyway, she's on the obviously more on the mend, and it's a year ago
it's
or
been over a
so, a
year.
little bit over a year. And there were tough times
Oh,
during that recovery
oh,
that we would FaceTime together and it was tough.
oh, I was not a happy person, and I would tell Nick, my partner, I'd tell him, "I'm really sorry, but I just can't be nice. I cannot be nice right now, and I don't know when I'll be nice again."
And you know what? That's okay.
Mm,
And that's okay. That's what you the realization of I need to take care of myself, so I can't
mhm,
be nice to
mm,
everybody
mhm.
else right now. I need to take care of myself, and that's what we all need to do.
It's like I had to pull every strand of energy. If it was visual, every sparkly strand was pulled in. I
Right,
had nothing to give.
right. Right.
And yet, interestingly, he didn't respond to it in some way like, "Whoa." Not at all. He was kinda like, "Okay, I get it."
I'll give you the space
He
to
yeah.
do what you need.
And I don't know if it's just him that I finally have attracted someone who is a really good match for me,
Right.
and for that, I don't really care what the reason is, but
Mhm.
I'm so grateful that late in life and that's something to keep in mind, it doesn't matter when it happens, but finally, in my 70s, I have a romance that works. 72, and she 70, almost 72.
Isn't that crazy?
Well
Look at you.
well, and health is everything, and I'm finally getting that back, so we'll talk more
Mhm.
about that over time. Today's conversation was just to say hello, and we're so
We've
happy
missed
to
each other
we've missed
and
each
missed
other, we've
doing this
missed
kind of
you, we've
thing.
missed
Right.
talking,
Right.
to you about
Right.
these worlds we're creating, and we're doing this by the seat of our pants. We really don't know. And we wanna encourage you. I think that's part of why we do this is because if you get anything from this, it's that we don't have a roadmap for this.
Right. Right.
We're
Right.
we're following a feeling, and the feeling is yes. The feeling is yes. This is a yes. And so this morning I showed Susan a couple of
Oh,
things
yeah.
about color, which we're going to talk about eventually. Well, she's wearing a little something I brought her from
From Morocco.
Morocco. Yeah.
And because Sandy did know my colors, this is one of my colors.
Well, it's
And
just
it's
real sweet
kind of
on
a
her.
beautiful, which
Kind
I
of.
love.
It's kind
Yes.
well, and I want
Yeah.
just briefly to
Ready?
hold up the what she normally wears, and I want you to just watch her face. Now, lean
Okay.
in toward me a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. Now hold it under your
And
chin,
big
darling.
surprise because no one else wears this color.
No one. Now what has happened to our darling Susan with that black? I mean, she just becomes we don't see her, she
Right.
just kinda
Even if I
fades.
do like this,
She's
it's,
yeah. No, it's
shouldn't even.
severe.
Okay,
It's
ready?
harsh and severe. Now
All right.
take it down. And what we just lost 10 years at least 10 years. It's so
Isn't it
and all it
amazing?
is knowing
Right.
radiance of color. Now, yeah, it's important to know a shape that works best on you, and it's important to know the feel of the fabric. So color, shape, and texture. And we'll talk more and more about that as we go on.
Yeah.
But I just wanted you to see that simple thing
I'm
today
gonna do
because
it one more time because it
I
is
know
so
it is
severe.
really, it's really
And I
makes
love black.
I know
My
that's
whole
the sad
closet
part.
is black.
Well, here's the deal. Fashion industry has sold us that we all look good in black, and it's not true. Maybe 10% look good in black. Most of us look better in a dark navy or a dark aubergine, a
Right.
dark
Perfect.
eggplant.
It is.
Some people look really good in brown. Not me, not you, but some people do look excellent in brown. This one looks fabulous in a charcoal gray or a deep purple.
That's
And yeah, so
But to find those colors
yeah.
with Sandy's help, I wouldn't have known. I've always kind of known if I put like a maroon color on, I always kind of like that works.
That works, but you
Right.
don't really know why it works.
Right.
That was my business for a long time was sharing with women what works energetically. I just am working on a process that simplifies it so we can give you an at-home process. We still haven't quite got all the tweaks worked out of that, but we are actively working on it because it
Excited about it.
yes,
Yeah.
one of the
Because it was
questions
something.
you hear all the time. What
Do I have to change what the colors that I wear
yeah,
or my makeup? Do I
yeah,
have to change things because my hair was red or black or brown,
and now it's silver.
blonde, and now it's silver? And
Uh-huh.
do I need to change my colors?
So the bottom line, just a very short answer to that is your skin tone hasn't changed. While your
Right.
hair has changed and the pigment has changed, your skin tone hasn't changed, and it's thinning. As we get older, it's getting more and more translucent. So
Right.
if we're not wearing colors that complement us, they will amplify all our imperfections.
Mm.
But when we get into the palettes that support us, instead of like the difference between walking in a room and somebody saying, "Wow, you look fantastic," or somebody saying, "Oh, I like that dress."
Ah.
Which one would you rather hear, right?
Right. That and how many times have we heard, "Oh, I like your
Yeah.
dress."
Oh, okay. Well, what about me? How do I look?
Yeah.
So we're going to talk more about color as we go along. We will be setting up the website so there's a way to hear from you. And I know this is taking a lot longer than we thought, but I've decided I'm okay with that.
Yeah, right? There's no real timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's you do things when when you do things. I mean, I left my
Wow, that
ex-husband.
is deep,
I
you
know
know,
you do
to
things
do
when you
things
do
and do
things.
things.
But you
It
when
is,
the
it's
time is
true.
right, it just kinda I don't
And
know
but
how to
I wasn't
explain it
given permission to understand that. I've just had to give permission to
to
myself,
yourself.
right?
Yeah.
Because I was raised by people who were, it should be that way, and it should be that way, and it should be that way. And
Mm,
I have had to learn to be self-centered, centered in self. There's a difference between that and selfish,
selfish,
where you
right,
don't give a hoot about somebody else. It's about, if I put myself first and take care of my needs, then I can take care of those I love. So
right.
centered in self. Right now, as we're aging, this is a rental vehicle. And I heard somebody say
I like
once,
that.
we're not going to have it forever. And midlife is not a crisis, it's a chrysalis. So it's a
Mm,
time of reinvention.
I
It's a
love that.
time of
I love that.
reimagining. And we will have a lot more conversations to come.
I love that too.
Good.
Yeah,
Anything
thanks,
else you want to
Sandy.
say?
No, just be true to yourself.
Yeah.
Those are the things that, you know, embrace who you are and
Well,
move
and that's a
forward
lot
a
to do
step at a
with
time. It is just a step at a time, too.
your Facebook
Yeah,
page. Is that
yeah.
going gray all the way is one huge step toward being true to yourself, and it doesn't
Mhm.
seem that way at first, but it really
Yeah,
is.
right. I do think people get confidence and courage and for them to decide, "Okay, if all of these other women are doing
Mhm,
it, I can do it too."
mhm. We're happy
Right.
to support you however we
Thank
can,
you.
so
Thank you.
yes. All
Thanks
right,
so much.
well,
Okay.
thank you. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.